just the meditation's coming. Bear with me. I just, for some reason, it's not coming through on Instagram. It's not telling me that I'm live on Instagram, which I'm highly affronted by. One sec. Got technicals. Hang on. Saying something good now. It's coming. Bear with me, please. Yeah, for some reason I can't see it on Instagram. Hang on a sec. Just let me try one thing. Oh, there we go. There I am. All good. Great. Thank you. Thanks for bearing with me. Right. How's it going? How are you? All good? Good day so far? I hope so. Time for a bit of meditation. I meditate throughout the day. This is just the one I do on Instagram, Facebook and YouTube. Oh, hang on, forgot the mic. One sec. So that all probably sounded a bit distant. Technicals. Right, so once again, I hope you're well. I hope you're having a good day. It's all right if you're not having a good day, but I hope you are. It is time for a bit of meditation. Not a class, just a chance to meditate together. So if you're familiar with meditation, that's brilliant. If you could hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. Because meditation is one of those funny things that people seem to feel like they should just know how to do. And I'm basing that on just people kind of somewhat embarrassedly, quietly going, what do you actually do? So there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. I'm trying to connect with the part of me that I connect to every night when I go to sleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming, where I drop at the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, which is quite a mysterious kind of place for me, because I've got no thoughts there, I've got no memory of being there, I've got no body, I've got no stories, no country, nothing. It's like I cease to exist, certainly in the way that I normally register my existence, which you could say, well, that's a bit like death, isn't it? And it is, but I love going to sleep, and then when I wake up in the morning I feel refreshed. So some part of me knows that it's a good place. And that's the place I want to go to in my meditation. I just want to do it consciously. So if you're new to meditation, don't lie down because you'll just fall asleep. Don't do this lying down. I encourage you to sit up. You don't have to sit in a lotus position or anything like that. Just sit up. I'm just sitting on a chair. Don't sit in a super comfy chair that you're going to fall asleep in. So my mind can't seem to get to this place. So I have to figure out a way to part the curtains of my mind so that I can get to this place. So I make a little arrangement with my mind where I say, hey, could you just stop thinking for the next 15 minutes, please, while I meditate? And my mind is quite enthusiastic about the idea. Like, yes, I've read about meditation. It sounds very interesting. I've got lots of ideas about meditation. I like the idea of being a meditator. Yes, let's do that. So that's good. Then to stop thinking is relatively easy, because regardless of the contents of the thought itself is just made of pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it, I'm not thinking. And as soon as I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. And the practice of meditation runs parallel with the intention of meditation. So my intention is to go to this beautiful, mysterious, wonderful, calm, all the words that you read about meditation, peaceful, mindful, stillness, Zen-like, all that sort of stuff. That's my intention, to go into the mystery. And then the practice starts with turning off the pictures, turning off the sound, so stopping thinking. Then a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. So I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound. Then a little bit of time will pass and I discover that I'm thinking again. So I'll turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, and so on. Just repeatedly bringing myself back to not thinking. That's the practice of meditation, and it runs parallel with the intention. And I just bring it to your attention because people have, when the subject of meditation comes up, people say things to me, have said things to me like, no, meditation, no, I tried that, no, it's not really for me. I just was thinking too much. I've got a very busy mind. Yeah, it's just not my thing. Which is a shame, because I think that just comes from not understanding how the practice and the intention go together, and sort of having this idea that, to meditate, if your mind is like a lake, there shouldn't be a ripple on it. It should be just completely flat, which isn't my experience at all. That the two kind of weave in and out, because my mind is in the habit of thinking. Like, for it to stop thinking for any length of time is very difficult. And that's like, I've been meditating for 30 whatever years, and it's still, my mind still likes to think. But it's also missing the kind of power. Like, there's one part of meditation that's very powerful. That's when you do actually go into this mysterious, beautiful place. But then the other part of it is that if I'm thinking and I go, oh, that's right, I'm meditating, and I bring myself back, the thoughts I'm thinking are usually quite personal. I'm thinking about the things that are, on my mind, and they're usually to do with me, and like, oh, what am I going to do about that thing, or whatever. And then if I go, oh, I'm thinking, and I turn off that picture and I turn off the thoughts, I stop that thought, indirectly I'm saying to myself, that thought you were just thinking an instant ago that you thought was you, well, you've just got rid of it. So you're not that thought. In fact, you're not any of those thoughts. You're something else. You're something different to that. That's very powerful. And the fact that I do that repeatedly is very powerful too. So, if you're thinking a lot, don't worry about it. Just every time you discover you're thinking, bring yourself back to not thinking. You're doing fine. Now, while I'm doing all that, I'm also letting go of tension in my body, or I'm becoming more aware of my body. It's probably a better way of putting it. And I have a system for that, because it's too vague when I close my eyes to not have a system. So I just scan my body from my head down to my feet and back up again, very slowly, very gently. Anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And I use my out breath to let it go. And I do that because it's natural to just breathe it away. But it's also a good way to remember to breathe, or bring my awareness to breathing, because it's quite easy to hold your breath or to stop breathing altogether in meditation. So also, when I'm scanning my body, I'm paying particular attention to any structures that go transverse or across my body. Mostly my body runs longitudinally, but anywhere that grows across has a tendency to accumulate tension. A little bit like, or I think of it anyway, like a log going across a stream. It picks up all the twigs and the leaves and the branches. Transverse sites in the body generally will pick up tension. So I'm paying particular or more attention to my eyes, my mouth, my tongue, base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, my joints. They're all going across. So shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles, and my toes. If you're new, it's good to be in a quiet room, because once you close your eyes, your other senses will get louder. And one of the things that triggers thoughts is little noises. So yeah, quiet room is very helpful. Sit up, as I said, don't lie down. I'm going to I set a timer for how long I meditate, because I just want to help my mind have one less thing to think about. I'm going to set mine for 15 minutes, but I'd encourage you to set yours for shorter if you are new to meditation, because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it. And around the 7-minute mark, even with the timer, your mind will kick in. So 5 minutes 3 times, repeat that 3 times. Okay, now any questions? David says, great explanation. Thank you, David. Any other questions? Nope. Good. All right. Off we go into the mystery. Okay, if you feel like you've gone very deeply inside, then take a little bit of time to, and you need a little bit of time to come back, then do that before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, then just open your eyes. Okay, thanks for meditating with me. These meditations are part of the general further emergence work I do. I do the Zoom groups. Today, actually, there'll be one starting in about 3/4 of an hour. The Zoom groups are every Friday, and then I work one-to-one with people. And like what the further emergence work is for inner growth, really, particularly if you're inner growth when it happens in a spurt, like a growth spurt in your body. Well, it's similar, just on the inside, and that can kind of manifest in all sorts of different ways, from physical symptoms to just sort of feeling like your life doesn't fit anymore, or you feel kind of disoriented in your life. People have said things, described it as like, just waking up one day and just going, how did I get here? Everything looked one way yesterday and it looks completely different today. So yeah, that's what the further emergence work is about. If you want to go to the Zoom group, just get in touch pretty quickly though, because it's coming up in 3/4 of an hour. Or if you're interested in that sort of stuff, it all has its own place. Like there's the Further Emergence Instagram account, there's the Further Emergence YouTube channel, Further Emergence Facebook page, Further Emergence on LinkedIn. So yeah, whatever your platform of choice is, you'll find it there. You can read more about it. Okay, so thanks for meditating with me, and see you tomorrow for some more meditation. Bye.